Hello guys, welcome back to another video with me, Reptifish. Now this video we're going to do a massive update and we're going to show you what we've got in front of us just here. So other than that, let's get on with it. So the reptile room's changed quite a bit. Obviously all of our tanks were in that corner, can't quite show you yet, in that corner. But we've got Tegu just sleeping, doing good, he's set up. We've got the frog, just got some boards on the top there because we've got a lot of mess behind us. Got our royal python having a soak, coming up for a shed. Got some nice logs coming out on the closure. New 4-foot one for him, which he enjoys quite a bit. We've got the curly haired tarantula and the leopard gecko, if you can see him, just way back there. But yeah, and then we've done a few different things with the sticker boards. That one's upside down, I've got to move it. I'm just messing about. Still got a lot of mess. But yeah, all the taxidermy stuff, the tongs, whatever. And then this little bit here. But the new thing is right here. Oh yes, that is it. We've got another fish tank. We're getting back into fish. We're in two minds to go for the reef kind of marine vibe with the Red Sea Max Nanos, or go freshwater and go based on a lot of these animals here, so like Africa, so you've got like America as well, like South America, like Colombia, Brazil, leopard gecko again, Africa, spider, South America. So yeah, we've gone with a Fluval Shaker 168 complete kit. So you've got the aqua sky light, the heater, which we haven't put on yet, filter, which is the Fluval 207, and the unit. So it's a complete whole kit. So yeah, just a lot of mess setting all of this up, but we're gonna fill it up with water, get our Fluval balls in, help for the plants because we want nice CO2, heavily planted. And then we've got some Hugo Kamashi sand, so we're going to get that cleaned out in some buckets as well and get that in the tank. So we're going to crack on with that, and I'll keep you updated.
So getting this sand washed out, you just got to rinse it through exactly how we are now and just keep doing it until the water is clear.
So basically after we done the sand, we then didn't bother washing the Fluval bio balls. Just put them in as they are because they hold a lot of good nutrients that will help support the plant growth. So we laid them in, put a photo up here or somewhere, and then we put the sand gently on top of that and then proceeded to fill it up. Once it was filled up, you then really didn't get no sort of bio balls come up under the sand because we bedded the sand down quite well and we've done a pretty good layer. So once that was done, we then proceeded to get the wood, which I paid an absolute fortune for. I think I paid like £160 for this bit of wood, but honestly, I think it makes escape. I was going to get some driftwood, but yeah, I just didn't want it to be too small, and I ended up having the opposite problem, and the wood is too big. So I spent the whole night cutting little bits off it just to get it just right, and yeah, we got there in the end, and it's in the tank. And then after that, we planted and filled it up. So we're just going to take you through the process. Some of them are videos, some of them are photos. We'll pop them all up as we go along, and we'll get to basically where we filled the tank up and get it up and running.
So before we planted them, we headed down to our local Pets at Home and grabbed all the Tropico plants. Really simple, tells you the care level, simple, hard, basic, beginner, where to plant them, front, back, side. So yeah, got some of them, got some plant fertiliser and some capsules, and now we're going to basically fit them into the hardscape. A little bit difficult just because of how awkward the wood is. As you can see, I had to take a few bits off, but other than that, I think it looked pretty good.
So now, this next step I want to talk to you about in a bit more detail, just purely because I feel like when I used to do freshwater and marine 3-4 years ago, the #1 rule was to not do a fish in cycle and to cycle your tank fishless by adding an ammonia source, some kind of waste, fish food, a prawn, whatever it was, and that kick-started a 6-week cycle, a minimum of 6 to 8 week cycle. And that basically builds your ammonia, turns it into nitrite, and then nitrate, and so on and so forth. And that was only really the way to do it.
you could do things like quick start and sort of bottled bacterias, and they do help a lot, loads in fact, to what you would do doing it the old-fashioned method. But there's a company, now I'm on Facebook and I'm in a fish keeping group in the UK, and everybody was going on about this Tropico goop stuff. Now, if you're in the UK and you've heard of it, you'd have heard of it, and if you haven't, take a look. It's not from Tropico, the plant people, it's from Tropico, which is a different brand and company in itself, and they've basically found a way to cycle your tank almost instantly. I mean, my tank's still quite new, I don't want to jinx it, but I've got over 10 fish in there and it's less than a week old, and all my test results, again I'll put a photo up somewhere, all my test results are exactly what they would be from a cycled aquarium, and it's happened within sort of 24 to 48 hours, which is nuts. I still can't kind of believe it was that easy as such, but it seems to have been that easy. So you basically order this goop online, and it is just bagged bacteria from their fish systems, and it is guaranteed disease free. So it's just filtered bacteria from fish tanks, all going down into one cylinder and getting compressed. All good bacteria, no sort of fish waste, just actual bacteria, goop as it's called. And you basically add that to your filter, which I will show you somewhere now. Basically disconnecting my filter, the Fluval 207, taking the sponges out and massaging the goop into the sponges, and then when that is massaged into the sponges, you turn your filter on, and then it just bursts all of the goop out around the tank. All the bacteria clings onto the hardscape, gets into the filter media, and you sort of wait. It says to add fish 24 to 48 hours. We added 4 platies, which you can kind of see, the lights have just come on so it's a bit dull. 4 platies, and then just waited, and we tested every day, and yeah, we're basically pretty good by the sounds of it. I mean, I'll pop up the results now, but we're still testing them regularly in case we get any spikes, because it's still quite a new aquarium. But yeah, I'll show you some clips and voiceovers of me adding or disconnecting the filter at least, and then turning on the filter and seeing all the goop in the tank. But yeah, pretty easy method to how it used to be. It used to be pretty barbaric. People used to cut corners, be impatient, and yeah, now it seems like it's the way forward. So definitely check that out if you're going to look at starting your own aquarium. So it's now been a little over a week, yeah, probably something like 10 days maybe, and our current stocking is 2 Hillstream loaches, 4 Romano shrimps, 4 platies, and 8 bandit cories, corridoras. I think that's it. Could be something I'm forgetting about, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So yeah, we're well over like the 10 fish in terms of like building the tank up. Now that's pretty good. Test results again, I've put them up previous, are pretty spot on. We just got to be mindful of spikes, you know, make sure nothing spikes over time, keep an eye on it. But all the fish seem healthy and happy. So what we're going to do, basically show you from the start of the video when you watch where it's just a bare tank to now. Now the only thing I keep forgetting to mention is the water is very unclear. It should be nice and glassy where you can sort of not even tell there's water in there. Now this is because I had a really big piece of log, this bit. Now I tried soaking it and soaking it and soaking it, and the water was tan and really, really brown, and I basically ran out of time. I couldn't soak it any longer, so I had to go in. So basically it's brown because it's the log water, and it looks like well water, but that's okay. Like, I had a little look online, and basically the water browning from the wood actually poses good sort of health for the fish apparently, in terms of like our aloe vera, so it kind of possesses good nutrients and that. So we'll just roll with it. A lot of people do try and go for a black water aquarium. It does look in a way more realistic given we're based this fish tank on more Amazon River sort of fish. So pros and cons, but yeah, if you're wondering why it's brown, I don't think it's because we've done anything wrong. Could be, but I think it is just a tank dyeing the water with the log, just the tannins coming out. But that will just go over time. After Christmas we'll hook up a UV steriliser from the filter and go from there. So other than that, we'll show you a little rundown of the tank, and that will basically cover the whole video start to finish. The Fluval Shaker 168, how to cycle an aquarium, and our aquarium so far. So yeah, let's show you that.
Now the lights have only just come on, so it is still a little bit dull. We could put it on full spectrum, but I don't want to confuse the fish too much. So basically, Fluval Shaker. So we've got the 2 slidey lids, both there and there. We've got our Aqua Sky Fluval light. Got some little plants floating on the top. But yeah, these lids obviously hold the condensation really well. Got a little cable management thing back here for your heater and your light. Really good, obviously, because all nicely tight so no fish can jump out. And even here, they're not really going to get out of that. So pretty good. Obviously with the shakers, you get this little housing around the outside. Looks really nice, pretty cool. The tank itself, we've got the heater back there, trying to blend it in as much as we can. The outlet and the inlet is down there. You won't be able to see it. Maybe if we open this without dropping my phone. Nah, you can't see it. But yeah, so inlet and outlet there, heater, algae scraper, and then the tank itself. So we've got the wood in now, and we've also got some rock in, a couple of pieces there, little pieces, and come around the side. When this clears up, it's going to be such a nice side view, but look how murky it is at the minute. But that is just the wood, unfortunately. That is the thing when you get a big piece of wood like this. Some more rocks and plants. Again, these plants do look really green. This is without CO2 at the minute as well, so that's great. Really, really good. We've got our temperature gauge up here, 25.5. Some ferns, grasses, all planted. We've got our platies, this little guy, and these guys. So that's the male, the sunburst one, and the rest are females. The panda cories, or the bandit cories even, no idea where they are. They'll be hiding away somewhere down here. Oh, I can kind of see them at the back, but you're never going to spot them. So then this cupboard, just test kit, nets and extension lead. And then we use this here for all of our fishy bits. So scissors, little water thing to test the water in, all of our food. 5-in-1s are always handy in a quick test scenario. Capsules and pellets. And then coming on to this one, it is a fake drawer here, so this don't open. And this opens right up to your Fluval 207, which is an under tank. So you've got your inlet and your outlet. And then that is to stop the water flow and then remove it so you can maintenance the filter. So yeah, other than that, I'm actually really chuffed with the tank. Zoom out. There we go, so that is the tank overall. Looking pretty good. But other than that, we've covered almost everything. So that will be the video. Thank you guys for watching, and if you want to see some more fish videos, then let me know down below, and we have a lot of content for you to cover.